Unfortunately, down 1 in this series. Hopefully can bring it back. But his opponents from Evil Geniuses, and both players sporting very appropriate colors for their team/sponsors. It is the Blue Protoss, JYP. Who, again, like, I expected a good game coming out of JYP. I didn't expect him to walk over Polt like that. I mean, again, guys, for a time until WCS started, like, Polt. That was all we got to Chaos on Base Trade TV, because he was always competing in everything and winning everything. But I guess times have certainly changed a bit here, as it's been a long time since I've seen someone, again, steps ahead of Polt at a time. Am I lagging out?
Yes, yes you are.
Why am I lagging out? I've got no connection issues here. Obviously, as you can hear, Skype was still good and the stream was still good, so why would StarCraft? Whatever.
Okay.
Hopefully it doesn't affect the players. I will, of course, gladly, well, not gladly, but willingly step out if it becomes an issue. Hopefully it does not. But first probe out of JYP will luck out and scout his opponent immediately. No odd building placement this time. No, like, oh my god, will it be a 2-gate? You know, no questions in Polt's mind, but still going command center first. Not a bad choice, and it's not super greedy. I mean, he's playing to the strengths of Whirlwind as well, but I don't know, man. Against JYP, it's just, I don't know if this will work. NCV taking a bit of a scuffle here. Has to bring in a friend, of course.
Well, getting a little close to taking out that SUV, but he's going to head into the main now and have a look around. I'm wondering what Polt's going to do this time. Maybe he's going to adjust his play a little bit, just to try and deal with JYP's harass-heavy style a little better, or maybe go for something more aggressive, try and throw him back on the back foot, because that last game was pretty brutal, having constant Protoss units coming at him, although Polt tends to play the same kind of style every match, so we'll have to see what he comes up with.
Oh, that probe almost got the SUV, by the way. Polt with some pretty intense micro here in the early game. Now, I just want to point out, by the 2 racks coming out, I'd expect to see that third one to go with them. And what's really nice about this is whether it's something silly like a proxy oracle or whether it's a massive all-in, you'll actually have enough units to deal with it. But, probe. Last time, too, JYP was being very annoying with his probe, too, but this gotta be pissing Polt off.
This is next level.
He's actually repairing the SCV. You don't see this a lot, because oftentimes you can just save the SCV. I mean, probe control is something to be considered, guys.
This is so awesome. It looks like he might finally take out the probe, but he needs that Marine down on Logan because the Zealot's there.
1 HP hype! Okay, looks like I missed first blood, though. Oh, son of a gun, because the Zealot did kill the SCV. Comes back towards the main, still chasing the probe, and unfortunately for Polt, he can't really just bring the Marines down. Now he's got 3 of them. Now he can actually take a fight with the Zealot. But that one Marine that was chasing around the probe, guys, it wasn't because he was being lazy. One Marine simply cannot take on a Zealot. So, chasing this on home, we'll kite this and shoo it out of the base. Go on, get.
Yeah. And fear not, Rifkin, you did not miss first blood. He didn't actually get the SCV, so it must have snuck back into the base.
Thank God.
In the meantime, don't worry, you haven't dropped the ball yet.
I was gonna say, we're only like 4 games in and I'm already screwing it up. But Polt, I want to point out, did sneak an SCV into the base of JYP, and I do not believe he's noticed. So this SCV is not going to be building a proxy. It's not going to be like a sudden Stargate or something, or Starport rather. But will be great for going back to get that scout to see when the Twilight Council comes down.
Exactly, because it's a Stargate opener too, and I don't know if he saw that. No, he hasn't actually seen the Stargate go down, so if he manages to just poke in and sneak around to that corner, he will actually know exactly what's coming at him. The Oracle did really great for JYP in the last game, so we're going to have it again.
Yeah, and unfortunately the SUV was taken out. Didn't get to see the Stargate, unfortunately. In fact, didn't see much of anything. But here comes that Oracle once again, as predicted. It's such a fast unit, and again, guys, even if you don't get kills with this thing, you saw how good Revelation was last time. It's a wonderful tool, it's a wonderful device, and it's just got that bonus of potentially doing a ton of damage if your opponent's not paying attention.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, Polt's already postured to defend against the Oracle. He's got Marines in his main, and these ones, the natural, obviously don't have too far to go when the second Oracle comes out, if it does. But you're absolutely right about what the Oracles did for JYP in the last game. It was just endless vision, scouting, map control. It was just really well done, and he kept a hold of those Oracles for almost the entire game. So let's see how many SCV kills he's going to be able to get. It looks like Polt's a little more prepared this round.
Almost got that splitty, but could have been really annoying. Of course, you need about 6 Marines, I think is the magic number to deal with an Oracle. Because, of course, its DPS is so high, and it gets the bonus versus light, so when it comes into the base and the Marines are there, they just get shredded to bits.
Yeah, they absolutely do. Still looking for an angle, and he'll no doubt pick off another couple of SCVs because there's just so much damage being done by that laser beam. Oh, taking a fair bit of damage. He's going to have to just take a chill pill for a sec, let the shields regen. And I like how with the initial Zealot too, he's still scouting around the map with it.
Now, unfortunately, Polt, as we saw, guys, scanned this area, but didn't see the double forges. Well, I mean, he knows it's the Stargate, obviously, but decides to cancel the bunker instead. I think what he's looking for was a lot of extra gateways. Complete. I guess assuming they come into the natural, if this was going to be a super duper all-in, but of course, Polt with quite a few units. It's not quite got medevacs out yet. Starport's not done. Of course, heavily delayed due to upgrades, tech, as well as that third barracks. So unfortunately for him, he's kind of stuck at home for a bit. There's not a lot he can do for the time being.
Yeah, and this is looking a lot like the beginning of the first game, with JYP really taking control, taking the reins in the game, and setting himself up for later on. And surely Polt at this stage can already kind of assume what's coming at him. If the style that JYP played in the last match wasn't so good, then of course, why not go for it again? He should be preparing for that sort of Chargeler Archon to come in, and he does need to get a scout off in the Protoss base at some point.
Yo, it's kind of just worth noting here too, JYP, not for not, still scouting around to make sure Polt didn't put something silly down elsewhere. And now that he's confirmed this, he may even himself go for a bit of a ninja base, which, man, if Polt thinks he's playing off, if he thinks his opponent's playing off 2 bases, suddenly he's got 3 base economy, like 9 extra gates coming out of nowhere, that could be devastating. But Kate going for a bit of a push. The idea, of course, is to, you could actually take a fight from the army at the ramp, but if the overcharge gets involved, Polt will probably just disengage. But this is a lot of sentries, which means a lot of force fields, which means this could get dicey. Oh, look at the Oracle. Nice snipe from Polt.
Well, at least the Oracle didn't die in vain, having spotted the position of that Terran army, so he can prepare accordingly. I don't think that Polt's going to be able to do anything up here, but it's good to see him move out with a bunch of units, and the medevacs will actually come out to join him. And then he does have the option to drop in the base if he wants. That'll allow him some scouting information, or just pressure at the front and keep the Protoss kind of contained.
Yeah, this is... I've not actually seen a lot of people outside of like White Raw utilize the ninja bases, but this is actually kind of cool. Polt, however, is rallied a Marine down here, so he will find this by accident. And unfortunately for JYP, while reinforcements are really cool, and through warp attack, he's not going to be able to get enough over there fast enough. He may even be forced to use a recall on the Mothership Core to get his main army to the southern base.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good point, and very nice scout.
It's got no energy on it. Polt could actually go take this out pretty easily. JYP may even be forced to cancel this. Just this one Marine's presence may actually be enough. Ah, no, looks like he's gonna hold on to it.
Well, he can warp in here, but it's going to be a tricky thing to hold now because it's a pretty big investment to dump 400 minerals down there, and he does cancel as soon as the Marine dies. And Polt heading down there with a medevac full of units anyway.
So cool to JYP, because now he knows Polt's army's a little bit split off because he sent that 1 medevac, maybe even 2, he's guessing, to go to the southern base. So destroys the army in the middle of the map. Polt's going to get down here, realize he's going to get nothing for this. And JYP's just reinvested this into Templar, into Archons, into Zealots. I mean, his Charge-Led Archon compositions would be so nice because Polt, his upgrades are so behind. JYP's already on 2-2.
Yeah, oh, that's actually a really good point. And JYP actually has a pretty nice timing now as he heads across the map looking for Terran blood. Gonna clear the middle of the map, and let's see, what does Polt actually have out right now? Actually, Polt's looking pretty good. He's sitting more or less where he wants to be, but his army is still split up, and that's the big problem right now.
Yeah, if this was a grouped up army, I'd agree that he'd be okay, but unfortunately, with drops here and there, Marauder's kind of errant in the middle of the map. He gets just the pylon, which is really nice, but already at the front doorstep are the Archons. No repairs go off. Of course, no repairs available as that bunker just goes down immediately. Mothership Core is charging in the force fields from behind. Oh, JYP, you devil! He'll keep Polt out of his base.
So much damage.
And he can't pull
SCVs running away.
Yeah, he can't. It's not like he can pull SCVs into the fight. The Archons have that splash damage. Everything getting eradicated. Oh my god, a recall! But actually...
Really great move.
It was. It really was. Not only did it keep a lot of JYP's units alive, he had already sniped off 22 workers, so gets out alive with so much is the really scary thing for Polt. Those Archons escaping, those are going to be hell to tear down later. There's still no ghosts available yet. Oh, what am I... Whoa, does a Woodmine one-shot an Archon now? What? No, what? That must not have been full shields.
No, it couldn't have been.
This,
No, it
yeah,
wasn't.
I was gonna say,
That's absurd.
there's no way one of mine does 360 damage. I mean, I know
Yeah.
it's concentrated more in the center, but all right.
Well.
I like the cannons being added in here too. These are, of course, to sort of not kill dropships, but deter the dropships. Make sure that Polt doesn't get back into this game through drops.
Oh, really nice timing from Polt, running into the third base with Stim Bio as soon as he moves out on the map. Kind of trading position from last game when JYP was doing this exact thing to Polt.
But the
It's gonna run
cannon.
right into the cannon, and the weapon is a
JYP.
feedback available if needed, but not really worth it on such a low medevac. Storm goes down there, and with the rest of his army, he's gonna head into the main. Terran Force does need to back up out of there though.
But as we see, those armor upgrades playing off so well. Between that and the Guardian Shield, Marauders and Marines just don't touch these Zealots. It's absurd how danky they are. I mean, once Ghosts get out, he'll start doing a lot of that bonus damage. But of course, by the time Ghosts are out, we may see JYP already going to Colossus deck like we saw in game number 1.
Yeah, I guess the one thing that's nice about Polt's style is see how he sits on just medevacs. He doesn't really care too much about Vikings. He just goes for the sort of overwhelming bio style. So that can still do very, very well against Colossi, even if you do get caught out by that tech switch, so long as you control your units well. But we'll have to see how it goes because we have that Warp Prism coming back into play now. And that'll certainly make it a lot more difficult for Polt to keep these units together because that's where the strength lies.
Alright, well, at least he's got some map control finally. He's got Marine scouting here and there. He'll see the Warp Prism coming actually with the Viking. Won't kill it with the Viking because, of course, the Warp Prism is much faster, but now he knows it's available. Instead of getting caught off guard in the main. Ooh, these sample are a little bit exposed. Forced to drop some storms.
Oh, can he get it?
Last
Nice.
hit gets it.
Well done.
And suddenly Polt's actually able to turn this fight around a bit. There's only Zealots here, which,
Yeah.
again, the Templar
Oh
were
my
sniped
goodness.
off. That was the AoE, that was the damage, that was the true threat. And now pushing with this bio. Big warp incoming the main, however. On top of the production, Polt doesn't have enough to hold this off. So he's kind of got to go for broke with this. He's got the ability,
Yeah.
he's got the capability, but is it going to be enough? More storms available, waiting for him at the top of the ramp. Army so clumped in a time warp. JYP, great combo. Coming in from behind with the Zealots as well. A lot of this army's in the red between Stims and Storms. Polt's going to
Oh, there's storms.
so
Oh
good.
my goodness.
So
And he's
sick.
just going to pick up, run away with the rest of his units straight into the main, see what he can do there. There's still Zealots trying to chip away at some units in the main base of Polt, but they do eventually get cleaned up by the reinforcers, not really getting any damage down there. And this
That
bio,
cannon.
is it really ever going to die? There's so many medevacs here.
Well, he's going to focus on the Nexus, but unfortunately, it's not exactly a big win because most of the minerals and gas is depleted. He could pick up still and get out of here. Oh, looks like he will. There's this is the advantage, guys. No stalkers in this army. Nice storm to catch the tail end of medevac, but there's no stalkers in this army. There's no Phoenix available on the field. It's just Zealots, Storms, and Archons. Something that actually these medevacs can boost and maneuver around. So, kind of like Mutalisks, will dance between the bases a little bit, trying to find openings. More Zealots being worked in, but Polt can just pick up and go to the main one more time. Beautiful storm goes down, but it's not enough to finish off the medevacs. So many of these things are in the red.
All those medevacs, that cannon did a good job at trying to get those down, but now if the Archon just takes 1 or 2 hits at each of those medevacs, they're all gonna fall, and that's a really nice win for him if he can get it.
No!
Oh.
Okay. But meanwhile, Polt's pushing the front once again. He cleaned up the Zealots on the main. That harass ended quite promptly, and now JYP's forced to respond to one or the other. If he goes to the natural, Polt's going to see this. He'll come back to the main, or maybe even the third. Looks like it will be the third. One Stark Warping could actually kill a lot of medevacs here. Oh
Yeah,
no, he's going to get the
indeed.
one full of units!
Oh, very nice. He does manage to target 2 of those down. We'll have to dedicate a few more units to cleaning that up. But Polt has turned into a madman with these drops all of a sudden, having exploited that hole in JYP's play. And oh my goodness, this is the most defensive I've seen JYP be in this whole series. And look how many units are coming out for Polt. That production really kicking in now.
This factory. It's like watching rocks get torn down. This will eventually die, I guess. I mean, even with the Archon helping, it's not exactly going down fast, but snipes off the Observer to start this push, gets the Zealot right away. So I thought it was the Templar, not that big of a deal, but now the Colossus are out. They don't have the Thermal Lens just yet. It's literally seconds away from
Third
finishing.
base gets targeted down by Polt with the rest of his bio units using his main army as a distraction. Really great moves. JYP starting to fall apart. That's the second Nexus he's lost. His economy hurting so much right now. He's really just relying on his bank.
Oh, there's no force fields. The Marauders will sim right on top of the Colossus. They do. They will knock this Colossus down. No kiting. And looks like Polt's army took out most of the Zealots. So actually, again, still a bit of a wash as far as army trades go. But Polt, with the superior reinforcements right across the map. We got 9 High Templar at a time, Zeph. That's a lot of Archons. 4 going to be made immediately.
Is that going to be enough? Because there's really nothing else to go with those.
No,
and look at the supply difference right now.
He needs more Colossus. He's got 1 available, but that's just simply not going to cut it against a mostly Marauder-heavy army.
That can definitely help out, but these Archons are just melting to those Marauders. Although actually, I think there's just enough splash to clean them up. The Medivacs get out of there. They're very, very, very damaged.
But
and they need to be so careful.
This is where the game's starting to turn around. JYP, they went from trading evenly to trading unevenly because Polt's got his 3rd base economy going. I don't know if that was a mistake. He lifted up. What? Did Polt just not want me to be right about this 3rd base economy? Oh, he's transferring it. He's moving it elsewhere. I don't know why, but he is. Okay, anyways. I guess some mind games. Did JYP even see that base? No, he had no idea it was there. I don't...
What?
Okay, that's a mistake. Okay, he's bringing it back. He's bringing it back. So, a very awkward mistake out of Polt. But again, that awkward mistake aside, it's the economy that's allowed him to just overwhelm his opponent at this point. JYP struggling to hold on with these storms. They do go down en masse, but this Colossus falls. Good game will be called, and Polt will even it up 1-1.
Absolute insanity. Polt's control is just phenomenal. He's multitasking. What? How?
Exactly.
How is that even human?
Right? But okay, guys,
wow.
The best part of this means we're going to have a game number 3. So stay tuned. Don't wonder. We're going to squeeze in a 30-second ad. I promise, 30 seconds, no more. And we'll get into game number 3 here with Polt versus JYP. We'll see you in a sec. Freaking Polt, man. Ugh.